Okay, so before I left, 6 days ago now, I was halfway through a countdown of my favorite jerseys in my collection. And we're into the top 100 because I have too many. Um, and coming home and seeing things, I gotta figure out a different way of organizing some of this stuff. Okay, so that being said, let's go ahead and get into the top 100. And again, these are really hard to choose between. This one is number 100. This is the Boston Bruins Winter Classic, which has brown shoulders. I know it may look black head on, but it is brown. And this is one that we may see kind of brought back again this year. There's a Winter Classic for Boston. They've released a clover, 4-leaf clover look for it for the logo, anyways. Up here, the Winter Classic logo, because they're playing out of Notre Dame. So do not expect a green Bruins jersey, but the new Winter Classic logo looks kind of sharp, even if it is simple. Number 100. Number 99. This one I got through a seller on eBay who sells very, very rarely. And yeah, their name escapes me, but they had a good rating. So again, if you're buying from eBay, look for a good rating, look at reviews. If somebody doesn't have a great rating or they don't have very many reviews at all, odds are it's you might want to double check those photos once or twice and just be careful. Number 99. Vancouver's red, yellow, and black. I'm not going to talk again about how they used to be orange and gold and black, but this was the one, of course, that they wore in '94. There's a large attachment that Canuck fans feel to this jersey, I think because of the 1994 run to the Stanley Cup Final. I think that changed a lot of things for a lot of people. And that's probably part of the reason why this is in the top half of the countdown. This logo used to be called the plate of spaghetti, because it's kind of what it looks like. And then there was the fact too that the skate was descending. Skate's not even; it's descending. So there were a lot of reasons people made fun of that. But Canuck fans want it back. Number 98. Well, half of them do, and the other half don't. Number 98 is the Christmas jersey of the New Jersey Devils. Of course, Christmas colors, because this is green, not black. The striping is odd, and I had forgotten that the striping looked like this till I got it. I'm like, does that look right? So I look back at old hockey cards and I'm like, well, I'll be damned. That is exactly what it looked like. I prefer the design now, which is why it hasn't shown up on the countdown yet. But this is very sharp, and I was really, really happy to add this. I got this one from Full Moon Jerseys. The Canucks jersey I just showed you guys, I got from Sports and Stuff in Chilliwack. Again, because they were $10 cheaper than the other local options I had. Number 97 on the countdown is the red Vancouver Canucks. Now, the one I chose out of the collection is the one with beret on the back. I just needed one of the Canucks jerseys, and this one is pretty sharp. And it's funny because again, I know there's a lot of people who rail against this design. Weren't a big fan of the colors and the way that they were done. I will say this, that you have to be careful with the jerseys that were made this way, because the fabric won't just snag. You'll get a hole in it. I have that with my Dallas jersey. I have that with my other Canucks jersey of the same design as well. You have to be really, really careful. Number 96. Carolina Hurricanes original. So this is the CCM original. I got this one through a seller on eBay called THG which you'd think I would have dealt with a lot, but I really haven't. But some of the jerseys that I found on there I wasn't able to find elsewhere for as cheap as I found it. So this one I found for pretty cheap. I think it was $60. And I wanted this one because this was the original design when the new one came out. Little did I know I'd end up with both. The strange thing with this jersey was always the fact that the flags, it's a different feel to the fabric here than it is anywhere else on the jersey. But it's still a sharp jersey. And of course, right now, everybody's talking about the new third jersey that the Hurricanes have, and the fact that they use the actual hurricane flag. A single flag like this is actually tropical storm. It has to be 2 flags for a hurricane. So they've been the Carolina tropical storms for years, and we had no idea. All right, 95 is the brand new to me anyways, Vancouver Canucks Reebok. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful jersey. I got this one through Ben H Sports, and I prefer the look of Adidas to Reebok, and I've discussed this in other installments of this countdown. I prefer the look and the feel of it. The logo I think is done much nicer. The shoulder patches are much nicer, though they are really high up. And this is a jersey I really am glad that I added to the collection. And I made that decision when I went to the Canucks store and looked at them in person a couple of times. Meaning they don't right away scream, you have to have this jersey when I look at them online, but when I look at them in person, I'm like, yeah, might as well. Number 94, going back to the Bruins. This one is really hard to find. I get questions every now and then about how to find one, and I'm like, yeah, they're really hard to find, especially for a decent price. It was a subscriber that sent me this one. Thanks again, Chris. Otherwise, I would still not have this in my collection myself. It's so ugly, it's beautiful, is a term that I've used a bunch of times. It is no truer than in this case. The striping is odd. The bear head in here is odd. And then when you think about the fact that Harry Sinden wanted to make this the permanent logo of the Boston Bruins, and Bruins fans went, wait, what? And railed against it. Yeah, you realize just how ugly the Bruins jersey history could have got. Number 93. You'll be seeing some word marks here. This is the Capitals. This is the throwback, the alternate that they were using with Reebok. But it's the 80s Capitals to me. That's the old logo, the old font, the old design, and I really like it. I don't know how else to put it. It is really sharp. I enjoy it. It's a really nice jersey. I got that one through... I'm pretty sure that one was through Full Moon. Yeah. Full Moon jerseys on eBay. Number 92. This one's also through Full Moon jerseys. And that is Colorado Avalanche blue jersey word mark. McKinnon on the back. The A on the sleeve. I really, really wish that Colorado would take this A up here, slap it in the middle of this, and release this as their alternate jersey. I think it would be really, really sharp. The colors are fantastic. It's a little weird how they have the black under the armpit. That's a little weird. Not going to lie about that. And the striping in general is kind of odd in that it doesn't meet up until the very end of the colors here. So it's black right down the middle, almost like it ripped right there. And they had to do some kind of a bad patchwork job. But all of that considered, it is still a beautiful jersey. I had my eye on that one for a long time before I actually ordered it. Number 91. Yep, 91. Yeah, just trust your counting skills, Shannon. Is what I qualify as the Gretzky version or Gretzky era for the Kings. I've always thought this was an okay jersey, but as years go by, I appreciate it more. There's a simplicity to it, and yet it has a really nice King's crown here, and the striping is really basic. And of course, this is an iconic jersey. This is one that everybody kind of knew in the late 80s, early 90s, and yes, it got confused with Raiders because it's the same colors as Raiders, and it is the only criticism that I would lob in the direction of the LA Kings is that they do tend to use colors of other LA teams rather than coming up with their own. But at the same time, like for instance, they were purple at the beginning. Everybody loves the purple. Well, Lakers, right? At the same time, though, there are other sports franchises in a single community than may share colors. It's quite common now. Number 90. This also came through Hockey Jersey Outlet. The Kings one I just showed you came to me via Sport Check. That one was via Sport Check. That was on sale for half price. This one, Hockey Jersey Outlet, and again, I love this design. I don't understand. I really honestly think that if the Oilers had won more games wearing these jerseys, they wouldn't have gone back to the old design. I think the reason they went back to the old design is because this jersey was one worn by teams that weren't great, and yet it was the best I think the team ever looked. I really love the colors. I think it's really sharp, and I think it's too bad that they don't use that color at all. And I mean the copper and the dark blue. Number 89. I got this one recently from a private seller who, last time I checked, he no longer has jerseys or anything on sale. He's the same one I got the Minnesota Wild from, that I showed you guys a couple countdowns ago, that he sent me the one that he didn't mean to send. Hey, he was at least honest enough to say, yeah, I have another one. I sold the one I was going to sell you, but now I'm giving you a brand new one mint with tags. This is a jersey that I've coveted since they came into the league, and I'm very glad I added it to my collection. I remember the first time I saw this on TV, I had perceived that this was orange, and I kind of thought that was awesome. And I mean, like the reddish orange color, and I thought, wow, Florida reddish orange jersey would look fantastic. And then of course it's just red, and I was kind of like, oh. But you know what? It's a really nice logo. I like the patches on the arms. It's a really, really sharp jersey. I am a huge fan. So that's 89. 88. It's the Islanders. And this was sent to me by a subscriber. I've always appreciated this jersey. And I know there's a lot of people who think it's like insanely ugly, and there's going to be people out there saying, wait, how is that near, like, in the top half of your countdown? Are you sure you're counting right? And the answer to that is absolutely. I like the strig on it. I like the orange. I like the blue around it as well. I mean, there's so many things to like on this jersey, and I'm not kidding. I mean it. It's a beautiful jersey. I'm very, very glad I have it. '87. Arizona. And one of the, I'm thinking about getting it, is another Reebok Arizona like this, but where they have the black in here. I just don't know that it's enough of an upgrade to warrant spending another $50 on getting one. Well, okay, I think it's 68 right now with exchange. Anyways, really sharp logo, really sharp colors. I'm very big on high contrast. So bright colors, dark on whites. These are the kinds of things that I really like to see, and you'll see that with my jerseys as we go through this countdown, that I like the bright colors, the high contrasts. And I was really surprised how much I like this one, even though no stripe on the bottom makes it look like pajamas. It really does. Go look at your jersey collection. I'll wait. Some of them look like pajamas. Oh, I'm the only one that's this crazy? Alright, never mind. 86. I got this one from Hockey Jersey Outlet as well. And as soon as I saw this, I knew I had to have it. This is that awkward period where they were going from blue jerseys to black. And the penguin was looking exactly how it looks now, and it doesn't seem to suit the rest of the jersey. So why is it this high in the countdown? Because this blue is beautiful. This is absolutely gorgeous. And I do need more classic Pittsburgh Penguins jerseys. Absolutely need more classic ones. Because this one's absolutely awesome. And it's funny because I don't cheer for Pittsburgh, which anybody who's been a follower of this channel for longer than a week can tell you that. But I'll be dipped if they don't have some fantastic looking jerseys. They really, really do. Number 85. The Philadelphia Flyers Winter Classic from a few years back, which became their third. That's why there's no Winter Classic logo on it. This one I got through Lids when all the Reeboks went on sale last year. And I much prefer this design to the one currently sported by the Philadelphia Flyers as their home jersey. If they changed to these full time, I would not think that was a bad idea. They could even use that for their home jersey and the 50th anniversaries for their road jersey. I think that would look really nice. Number 84. This is a tough call. It is. Because it is a thing of beauty. The Montreal Canadiens logo and jersey is iconic, and it is one of the most recognizable designs in the National Hockey League, in all of sports, I would argue. It's just a regular white jersey. This one I got through, I'm pretty sure it was through Full Moon Jerseys. I got it for relatively cheap, but this is... It's hard to have this one this far down. But there were a lot of really, really sharp jerseys in my collection. And I was like, well, sadly, unfortunately. Now, number 63 is going to make some people angry. 83 is going to make some people angry. 63 might too. 83 is one that I wanted, that a subscriber sent to me, that half of its fandom thinks is the ugliest thing on the planet, and the other half thinks it's pretty awesome and they should bring it back. Both sides are right. Buffalo. Red with the crossed swords. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. This is a jersey that, until I had this sent to me, I had never actually seen in person. Of course, that Buffalo logo on the sleeve. I always like this. But again, bright color, high contrast with this. It's pretty predictable. 82. Staying with Buffalo. This little number is a classic that I picked up again through Full Moon Jerseys. They've really helped me expand and pretty much complete a collection, because when I'm looking through hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of jersey listings on eBay, and it's just a game of got it, you realize that even if you wanted to, there really isn't a whole lot out there to collect. What's that? Oh, Adidas is doing third jerseys this year. All right, that'll keep me happy. I prefer the Buffalo Sabres original design, and I know with the silver in it, it seems very minor to a lot of people, and for me to prefer the original is just kind of a THG thing to do. But I like the buffaloes on the sleeves. I like the whole design of this. I think it's really sharp. I think it's really simple. I never quite understood the need for the silver in the current design. I never really understood that. I always thought that was kind of weird. Anyways, number 81. We're ending the countdown here today. Minnesota Wild, again, Full Moon jerseys. This does need to be washed. There's a stain in there that needs to get washed out of it. That's another thing with this countdown, is that I put jerseys on and take them off so many times during the day that if there is any of them that need to be washed, they may end up right back on the rack. So while I'm doing this countdown, I can actually go through and go, that one needs to be washed. But this is a really solid Minnesota jersey. And I like the logos on the sleeves. Those are sharp. And the Minnesota Wild do have one of the most creative, interesting logos in history of any sport. I like every aspect of it. It was a way for Minnesota to reclaim North Stars without being the North Stars. So they have the North Star in their logo. It's still green, but they added elements of red. They added the gold, and it is still its own icon all by itself. And there is never anybody who says, "Well, wait, that looks a lot like North Stars," because it doesn't. And no relevance to North Stars other than the North Star, which they're perfectly right in using. So there you go. That one from Full Moon will end the countdown for today. But there's other video goodness to follow up this morning. So yeah, I hope you guys had a good, nice, long night's sleep. I didn't really, but that's just the way things sometimes go. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. And I'll talk to you again soon.